The Bank of England left its interest rate and asset purchase program unchanged yesterday, as we heard. But how are the bank's actions affecting business savings rates? A new report from MaxBips, the online marketplace for term deposits, warns that business deposit rates are on average 30% lower than personal deposit rates. Aloysius Fakete is the CEO of MaxBips.com who joins us now. Am I pronouncing your name right?
Aloysius.
Aloysius. So your findings, you're saying that business deposit rates on average are 30% lower than personal deposit rates, among other things.
That's correct. As a matter of fact, while the Bank of England base rate has stayed constant for the last several months, short-term deposit rates have been falling and are half the value that they were 3 months ago in June, for example. So what we've done is we've looked at the dominant banks. 85% of the business banking market is dominated by the 4 large banks, HSBC, Barclays, Lloyds, and RBS. And the average short-term deposit rate they pay on 3-month deposits is less than 0.3%. That compares with 0.5% paid by the Bank of England and the LIBOR rate, which is currently at about 0.64%. So there's quite a wide discrepancy between market rates and what businesses are getting for their short-term cash.
But what should some of the UK banks be doing in order to become more competitive? I mean, I'm guessing that they're doing it, A, because all the others are doing it as well, and B, because they still kind of have to.
Well, there are other options. I mean, there are other banks which are offering more competitive rates. So short-term rates you can get rates for over 1%, as much as 2% in some cases. So it's really a question of SMEs adopting more prudent and effective cash management practices that allows them to take advantage of these opportunities. It's kind of a psychological thing where you spend a lot more effort in reducing your costs, say reducing insurance costs by a few £100s, but when it comes to increasing your interest returns, you're not likely to spend as much time. But there is an opportunity there for businesses to actually regain some of that lost income through the falling interest rates.
One of the challenges that's clearly been a big issue is this question of, well, who are my counterparties going to be? How will I select a list of counterparties from whom I can select my rates? The rating agencies have come under a great deal of stick for not having done a good job at saying, well, these guys are creditworthy and these are not. Where are you in terms of thinking about what the rating agencies do and how investors should look at the quality of potential counterparties?
Well, that's a key factor, and that should be considered in whichever bank you decide to do business with. On MaxBips, we show the ratings for each of the individual banks, but the bottom line is that all the banks we deal with are FSA authorized banks. So that and covered by the standard compensation protection guarantees that exist through FSCS or European Economic Area passported schemes.
And the SMEs, the small and medium-sized enterprises out there, are they being left out of this? Are they being left out in the cold?
Well, basically, because they are, to a large degree, feel trapped in doing business with the dominant banks. There isn't really a platform that provides them with the transparency of rates where they can consider other options. So what we do is we provide a marketplace where they can solicit competitive bids for their funds.
Aloysius, thank you very much. Aloysius Fakete, the CEO of MaxBips.